Good afternoon. Thank you for attending this webinar, BioStar 2 System Access Control Basic. This is Jake, and I will be in charge of today's session. The total 5 contents will be introduced in today's session. The first chapter is What is Access Control? What is access control? It will be the most important word in today's session. The answer is achieving security in a building. Then you may wonder how you can achieve security. The answer is that you can achieve it by controlling 3 components: where, when, and who. An access control system such as BioStar 2 can control them. The second chapter is BioStar 2 System Introduction. What is BioStar 2? The answer is a security platform developed by Suprema. It can manage access control, time attendance, and other security platforms simultaneously. There are remarkable features on BioStar 2. First, it is a web-based open security platform, so you can easily access BioStar 2 anywhere via web browser. Second, you can utilize and combine various credentials such as card, PIN, QR, mobile, fingerprint, and face. So you can strengthen personal authentication. Lastly, BioStar 2 supports one of the types, either MariaDB or MS SQL. The third chapter is BioStar 2 installation. There is some specific information related to installation of BioStar 2. First, BioStar 2 server can be accessed by entering the server IP and port number into a web browser. The port number is predefined when the installation of BioStar 2. Second, to get more security when using BioStar 2, it is highly recommended that use a combination of Chrome and HTTPS. And Chrome is installed automatically after installation of BioStar 2. Lastly, installing a certificate when using HTTPS to keep the transferring the data safe is highly recommended. To get the details for the certificate installation, please refer to the following webinar. Before referring to the next chapter, I recommend that you watch the following 3 webinars firstly to get specific information such as how to install BioStar 2. Next, the fourth chapter is BioStar 2 user and device menu. I will introduce the basic function of BioStar 2 in this chapter. After installing and logging in BioStar 2, you can see the main page as the following. On the upper side, you can see the settings, port, and about. And on the left side, you can see the primary functions such as user, device, and access control. I will start to explaining some major functions in BioStar 2. The first major function is user. You can add the users to your BioStar 2 by clicking Add User. I will introduce the details of this function on the next page. After clicking Add User, you can see the following page, and I will introduce some remarkable parts in user. The first is information, and there are some major functions. The first is operator level. This function allows you to assign specific authorization, such as an administrator. After selecting one among the options, it needs to set the login ID and password, and that account will be used when logging in BioStar 2. The second is the access group. You can assign a specific access group to the user. The second part is Credential. You can see Credential and some major function on the same page. The first is PIN. It is a specific number set by individuals and used for authentication. However, please note that it can be only used as a combination of other credentials and cannot be used solely. The next item is auth mode. There are two types of auth mode: device deport and private mode. So you can select the one you want to use. However, you can activate both two modes simultaneously by following the method. First, activate a private mode. Then you can see the following pop-up and activate include device deport authentication mode. Then the device deport and private modes are activated simultaneously. However, at this time, please note that private mode has a priority over device deport mode. For your understanding, please refer to the following example. If private mode is applied as a fingerprint only and device default mode is applied as fingerprint plus PIN, and if both modes are activated simultaneously, then fingerprint is only applied for authentication. On this page, I will introduce credential and the types of credentials. You can download the credentials to be used by clicking each icon, and BioStar 2 supports a total of 6 types of credentials. And you may wonder how you can download the credentials. So I will introduce it on the next page. Okay, let's start with how you can enroll in the credential. First is fingerprint. When clicking the fingerprint icon, you can see the following pop-up. Then select a device and click add, and then also click first. Then click scan and then enroll your fingerprints on the device. And finally, you can complete all steps by clicking enroll. Second is face. When clicking the face icon, you can see the following pop-up. Then select a device and click add, and then also click first. Then click scan and then enroll your face on the device. And finally, you can complete all steps by clicking enroll. Third is the visual face. When clicking the visual face icon, you can see the following pop-up. Then select a device and click add, and then also click first. Click scan and then enroll your visual face on the device. Or you can also enroll your visual face by uploading the image file instead of scanning your face on the device. And finally, you can complete all steps by clicking enroll. However, please note that Face Station App 2 and BioStation 3 only support this type of credential. On the visual face credential, there are other methods to enroll. For example, you can enroll the visual face by CSV import, and you can enroll the visual face by visual face import. And also, you can enroll the visual face via mobile enrollment link. To get more details on other methods to enroll, please refer to the following article. The first is a card, and I will introduce the method of using a card reader. When clicking the card icon, you can see the following pop-up. Then select the card type you want to enroll in, and select Register by Card Reader. Then select a device. Click the Read Card. Then you can see your card ID. And finally, you can complete all steps by clicking Enroll. On the card credential, please refer to the remarkable information. BioStar 2 can process third-party QR as card ID by enabling the below option in BioStar 2. And by this function, XStation 2 and BioStation 3 can allow the authentication on the above third-party QR if the card ID, which is the same as the QR data, is already registered in BioStar 2. And to get more details, please refer to the following article. Next is mobile, and I will introduce the method in 3 steps separately. Step 1. Set the configuration in Alpha Portal. First, access to Alpha Portal website and make your account. Second, log into the website and then create a site. Lastly, check the site ID on the created site in Settings. Step 2. Set the configuration in BioStar 2. First, log into BioStar 2 and go to Mobile Access in the Settings. Second, activate the Mobile Access setting. Third, put the specific information such as site ID, password, and your email. Then click Connect. Next, add a device to be used for authentication by clicking Add, and then select a user and put the email, and click mobile icon in the credential, and select one either enter manually or assign card. At this time, if selecting enter manually, you need to select the types of card ID, either user random card ID or enter manually. And lastly, enroll the card. And plus, please note that you can also use user ID as a card ID by clicking the Use User ID. Step 3. Apply for mobile access card. First, download the Alpha application on your mobile. Then, check your email box registered in Step 2 and find an email to activate your mobile access card. And lastly, download the mobile access card on your mobile by clicking the download link in the email. After that, you can find the Activate Mobile Access Card in your mobile application. And if you want to get more details, please refer to the following relevant article. The last credential is QR, and I will introduce the method in 2 steps separately. Step 1. Set SMTP setting. At this time, you may wonder why the SMTP setting is needed, and because it makes it possible to send the QR generated in BioStar 2 to the user directly. And to set SMTP setting, firstly, go to the email setting in BioStar 2. Then click SMTP setting and put the applicable information in the SMTP option. And lastly, enable the QR function and put the information such as email address. And if you want to get the details for SMTP setting, please refer to the following relevant article. Step 2. Issue QR. Firstly, add a device to be used for authentication in BioStar 2. Then select a user and put the email address, and click QR barcode icon in the credential, and then select either BioStar 2 QR or QR barcode. And please note that you can use third-party QR by selecting QR barcode, and I will introduce it on the next page. And if selecting BioStar 2 QR, you need to choose the proper card ID type, either user random card ID or enter manually, and then click Enroll. Lastly, check your email box and download and use the attached QR in the email from BioStar 2. On the QR credential, please refer to the following extra information. First, X Station 2 and BioStation 3 only support QR as a credential. Second, as previously stated, you can use third-party QR by selecting QR barcode. However, there are some limitations to using it as the following. The first requirement is that QR is based on printable ASCII characters. The second requirement is that QR size is a maximum of up to 32 characters. And to get details of a third-party QR, please refer to the following article. And also, if you want to get more details about enroll in QR, please refer to the following relevant article. The second major function is device. You can add a device to be used for authentication by this function. There are two ways to add the device, and I will introduce two ways on the next page. The first major topic is adding a device, and the first method is that use your search device. With this mode, you can search and select the device in the list of all devices connected with the LAN. To use this method, first click Search Device, then select a device in the list and click Add, and plus you can set the network configuration on the device by clicking Set IP. After clicking the button, you can see the following pop-up. The second method is using advanced search. With this mode, you can add some devices directly by using IP address of the device. To use this method, first click Advanced Search, then Advanced Search pop-up will be raised. At this time, put the IP address of the device. After that, the searched device will be shown in the pop-up. Then check the IP address and device ID, and then click Add if those information are correct. After that, device will be added successfully. The second major topic is network. After adding a device, you can see the network in the device. In TCP/IP part, you can keep use DHCP mode or can configure a static IP with the relevant information. In server part, you can set device to server mode after adding a device. And in serial part, you can set the specific modes on the device, such as a master, slave, and intelligent leader. And I will explain serial in more detail on next page. So I will continue to explain the serial. There are three types of options in serial, and those are master, slave, and default. If selecting master, the device can search and add a slave device. And if selecting slave, the device can be searched and added to a master device. Lastly, if selecting default, the device can operate as an intelligent slave as well as a factory default mode. However, there is an extra procedure to connect between master and slave devices, except for selecting option in serial. So please follow the below 5 steps. 1. Add a device in BioStar 2 and set master in serial. Step 2. Add another device in BioStar 2 and set slave in serial. And next, step 3. disconnect the slave device in BioStar 2 and connect the master and slave devices each other by using a cable. And step 4, right-click on the added master device and select Search Slave Device in BioStar 2. And lastly, select a slave device. After completing all steps, you can see the following example in your BioStar 2. In this example, BioEntry W2 is set as a master device and BioLight M2 is set as a slave device. And I will introduce another option, Intelligent Slave. First, it can be used when connecting with the third-party access control unit. Second, it can be execute the authentication and save the user's information. Lastly, you can use this function without any customization using the specific BioStar 2 and firmware versions. And if you want to get more details, please refer to the following article. The last major topic is authentication. After adding a device, you can see the authentication part, and there are 3 remarkable parts. The first part is auth mode. In this part, you can configure a single or combination of credentials to be applied. The second part is full access. If enabling this option, all users enrolled in the device can be accessed regardless of the preset access group. However, please note that you cannot enable this option if the device is already included in access group. You will see the following pop-up if you enable the option and apply to it after including the device in the set access group in BioStar 2. The last part is server matching. If activating this option, BioStar 2 server can only execute authentication and save the user's data instead of adding devices. However, it can be applied fingerprints, not face or visual face. And when using server matching, there are some precautions. When using server matching, it is highly recommended that not to use automatic user synchronization. Typically, server matching will be used if you don't want to store the user information on your device. However, using automatic user synchronization, the user's data in the server is transferred to all added devices. Consequently, you may lose the purpose of using server matching. So, please check if automatic user synchronization can be applied simultaneously when using server matching. And the last chapter is Configure Access Group in BioStar 2. The final chapter is Configure Access Group in BioStar 2. As previously stated in Chapter 1, you can achieve security in a building by controlling when, where, and who. And BioStar 2 provides a specific function access control to control the above 3 components. And the target of using access control is to configure the specific access group. And the basic sequence is as the following. First, set door, device, and schedule. Second, set access level and flow level. And lastly, set access group. Then you can achieve security in your building via a set access group in BioStar 2. I will introduce the procedure to configure an access group, but it will be explained when not applying floor level. Step 1. Check the license. You can configure up to 5 doors using the free license version. However, if you want to control more than 5 doors, you must purchase and apply for the proper license based on the following table. And if you want to purchase the specific license version, please contact our certified partner or sales representative. Step 2. Add user and device. You can refer to the relevant information in Chapter 4. First, go to User and click Add User. Then, put the applicable information and enroll the applicable credentials. After that, add the devices located at the place you want to control. To add the device, please refer to the Chapter 4. And Step 3, set doors. First, go to Door and click Add Door. Then, enter applicable information and set the applicable configuration. And Step 4, set access level. First, go to Access Control and click Add Access Level. Then, select the specific doors and schedule among the preset doors and schedule. And lastly, Step 5, set access group. First, go to Access Control and click Add Access Group. Then, select the specific access level and user group or user among preset access levels and user group or users. After that, all steps are completed and the access group is configured successfully as the following. Okay, thank you for your time and consideration. This is Jake and hope that this webinar was helpful for you. Thank you.